Okay, congratulations. We're now through the due diligence period and we are moving full speed ahead. So the next thing that's going to happen is that the buyer's lender, if they're obtaining a mortgage, will have the home appraised. So they're going to coordinate to have a local appraiser come out and visit your home to take a look at it and then put together the appraisal report to determine the appraised value of the property. So they'll let me know when they're going to be coming out, and we'll coordinate that with you. You don't necessarily need to leave the home for the appraisal. The appraiser is only there usually for about 20 to 30 minutes. And they do have access to the realtor lockbox that's on site there to get the key to get inside. If you're not there, that's fine too, whatever you're comfortable with. But we'll let you know when that's scheduled. When the buyer or their lender gets that appraisal report in, hopefully that number will match what we're under contract for. But if the appraised value does come in for less than the price that we're under contract for, the buyer may be then asking you to consider reducing the price to the appraised value. So if that happens, we'll have a conversation about what your options are on how to proceed and move forward there. But hopefully no issues there with the appraisal. Other than that, the closing attorney's office may be asking you for some additional information. One thing that we do want to consider is that if you live in a community with a homeowners association, there are certain fees that the HOA requires to be collected from both seller and buyer at the closing. And so in order for those fees to be accurately accounted for by the closing attorney is going to send what's called an HOA closing letter over to the homeowners association or property management office to obtain those fees. You as the seller have the pleasure of paying for that HOA closing letter, and that's about usually $200 to $300. It's part of the seller's closing costs, which are quite minimal compared to the buyer's. But sometimes you do have to pay that up front. The attorney may be asking for payment for that up front, but oftentimes it is just added to the final settlement statement, and you pay it at closing as part of any other closing costs at closing. So be on the lookout for that. So that's really it for now. We'll be in touch again as we get closer to the closing. Next thing that will really happen is that the buyer will want to schedule a final walkthrough of the property before closing. So they normally do that the day before or the day of closing. So we'll be sure to follow up with you and let you know when they ask to do that. But other than that, have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon and keep you updated. All right, cheers.